Destiny sucks. Okay, I'm sorry, but I cannot believe I spent $60 on this game. Okay, and I pre-ordered it and everything. I should have known when I saw Activision's name on the game. Okay, I thought, they've created Call of Duty, and a lot of people seem to like that for some reason. And they've kept it going for a long time. Plus, Bungie's name was on it, and so I was like, dang, this is gonna be a pretty good game. And with the amount of money that they spent on it and everything, I was just like, even for video games, it was the highest amount of money spent on producing a video game. And even in the entire media world, it was pretty high up there on the list. And so I thought, oh, well, it's got to be a great game, right? No, totally wrong. I should have known when I saw Activision's name on it, first of all. Second of all, I should have known that it was going to suck when they said that they had 2 expansion packs that were coming, that you could pre-order the expansion packs, okay? Why would they make expansion packs and then release the game? And they probably don't have the expansion packs all the way done yet or something, but they could have just put it off a little bit more and added those expansion packs to the game and made the career mode or single player campaign mode, whatever you want to call it, much longer and much more in depth, and that would have been so much more worth it to me than spending $60 on a game that wasn't even finished. And as I explained it to my friend, it was like it was like Activision just, like, Bungie had this great game going, okay? And then Activision came and just took a big crap on it. And, added this DLC and stuff like that. Just took stuff away from the main game and were like, oh, people won't care, But no, we obviously care. I obviously care. And, I think, so let's start with the campaign mode, okay? The beginning is spectacular. The beginning is what we found in the beta. And as me and my brother were saying, we feel like it's still in beta right now, okay? There's nothing, like, beyond that beginning part that was in the beta, there's, nothing. Everything feels the exact same, other than, going to new planets and seeing a different environment. Everything feels the exact same, you shoot, you kill things, and you keep, you keep doing that over and over and over again. And I just recently watched Angry Joe's rant review on it, and, he said something that's totally true. The loot that you get, especially at the end, none of, your kills or your level or any of that matters. It's just completely random. I've played it with friends and stuff, and it's most of the time I got little dinky stuff, okay? And they got these, awesome assault rifles and all this crazy stuff, okay? And I'm like, what? Why? So that's just, that's terrible, and there's almost no story at all. There's so many plot holes, I don't even want to go through it. If you just play the game or watch it on YouTube or something, you'll be able to tell, okay? There are so many things wrong with the story of this game, and once again, I can't believe I spent $60 on it. I traded it in, and, I got, at GameStop, I think I got somewhere around, 47, something like that. I think I got $47.50 for it. And so the money that I actually spent on it then, that's how much I would have spent on a game that was as finished as this was. And so I think, I got what I paid for now. now, at least, now that I've traded it in, I got what I paid for. And because I only would have paid $20 for it, okay? And the fact that they're asking for like 35, I think, for expansion pack 1 and 2, they're expansion packs, okay? It's not Destiny 2 and Destiny 3, they're expansion packs. And I think, the feeling that I'm getting is that they're going to be just as same quality as Destiny itself is right now, but with more levels on it, maybe more guns, okay? But they're all going to look the same, just have better stats, blah, 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 blah. And, man, another thing Angry Joe pointed out was that the loading screen was just watching the ships that you paid crap tons of in-game money for. The in-game currency, whatever that is, I completely forgot, because nothing is memorable in the entire game. And the loading screen is just watching these ships fly, and you can't do anything with them. Throughout the entire game, you do nothing with your spaceship, okay? Absolutely nothing, but you watch it fly. It's like a testament in multiplayer battles or your fire team saying, oh yeah, look at me, I've got the best ship out of all of you guys, so I obviously paid the most for it, And it's like, okay, great job, man. It's like, I bought a gun with my money, but, man, it's like, it was such a letdown. Everything about it was a letdown. I think the only thing that I really actually liked a lot about it was the fact that you could zoom in, you could do iron sights, because in Halo there's none of that. And that is the main reason why I never really got around to playing Halo, honestly. You may think I'm insane or stupid, but that is the one solid reason why I didn't ever get into Halo, because I just, I hated the fact that there was no iron sights. So, at least this game had iron sights, right? But yeah, and the multiplayer, let's get to that now. The multiplayer, sorry, can't stay in one place for too long. The multiplayer, it's good, okay? It's pretty good. There aren't that many maps, and most of the time I got the same map over and over again. This is one of them on Mars, I think. And, even it was surprising because I would go up against these, like, super high-level players, and I would think, like, oh, man, they're gonna cream me, But, no, I actually did pretty well against them. And so it was really balanced in that fact, in the multiplayer aspect, but that's in PvP, okay? Multiplayer PvP was really good, I thought, actually. And there aren't many things that they could have done to make it better, honestly. I think the one thing they could have done is, made in-game parties for, like, private matches and stuff like that, which I'm hoping is just like an update in the future. I mean, it should be, but let's see. But the actual multiplayer, like in-game multiplayer, is a joke. Okay, it's just a joke. I was thinking this whole time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were too, that it was going to be more like an MMO. Okay, like, you could interact with players, you could trade with them, the trading, there's no trading, which sucks, because you can't, if you get, like, a Titan armor and you're a whatever, and you can't switch with other players, you just have to dismantle it. And say, well, screw it, I got something that I don't even need. And you can't trade them, to benefit other players and also to benefit yourself. And that sucks. You can't even talk to other players. There's no option for voice chat, even. Okay, the most you can do with other players that you don't know, that aren't in your party, on multiplayer in campaign mode, is point, dance at them, and wave at them. Okay, you can do those 3 things to people that you don't know. Otherwise, you have to friend them, invite them to your party, all that stuff. And, just to talk to a stranger. And games have been doing this forever. Since even before, the whole Wi-Fi online play was invented. Even on freaking LAN games, you could do that, okay? Even when I had to plug my Ethernet cable into my PS2, I could chat with people, alright? This sucks, okay? They obviously need to change this so that you can chat with people. This is one of the only games I know of where you can't, and that's terrible. Another thing, just the interaction's really low, and I don't know if you guys were thinking this, but I thought that once you went inside of a mission, then it would be just 3 people, okay? If you were in an actual mission, it would be 3 people, but that's not the case. Sorry, that was bad. When you got in a mission, it would be 3 people. I thought that before you got in a mission, it would be tons of people, an actual MMO, right? And you'd all be around fighting, helping each other out with these huge monstrosities that drop from the sky and stuff like that, and all these little enemies coming around, and you could be with tons of people at once. And people have made games like that. I mean, what was it called? MAG? Even though the servers are down now, and even before the servers went down for a little bit, no one played, and that's probably why they put the servers down. So now I just got a game that I can blow up, which is fun. But I mean, they had tons of players on the map at the same time. Could you not do that with Destiny? It's supposed to be an MMO, right? So they could have totally done that. It's on next gen. I mean, seriously. So let's see. The redeeming qualities of it are the PvP multiplayer and the Crucible and the graphics, okay? But not even the graphics, okay? And I know people are probably screaming at me not the graphics! But no, okay? So you have the game on the PS4 or Xbox One, and it looks stunning. It looks amazing, okay? So I traded in my PS4 copy of the game and, got some stuff, pre-ordered The Evil Within, and, which I hope that's not bad. It shouldn't be. It really, really shouldn't be, because it's Bethesda. Whatever, that's for a different topic. Anyway, so I traded that in, and then while I was there, I got Destiny on the PS3 for my brother's birthday, because he has a PS3, and he kind of he has some of the same thoughts that I do, but he's not as critical on most games. He just likes to play them. He's not a big trophy hunter or anything like I am, but so, and he has a lot of friends on the PS3 that play Destiny, so he's gonna make a clan and all that stuff. Whereas he has no one on the PS4 that he can play with. So I bought it for him on the PS3, and we waited for it to install and stuff. And then the in-game graphics are crap. Okay, they're so bad. Oh my gosh. Why? They are terrible. They're like PS2 graphics. I'm not even joking. They're some of the worst graphics I've ever seen on a PS3 game, okay? They're crap. And I think this is because it was made for the PS4, and it was made for the Xbox One, and it just got the shaft when they ported it to the PS3. And all the graphics went way down in quality. It would have been better, honestly, if they just left the PS3 and left the Xbox 360 out of it. The only reason they should have included those two is if we had cross-platform play, which they should have done also, by the way. More games should do that cross-console play thing. Portal. The guys at Valve. With Portal 2, you could play PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 together. All of you. Which is fantastic. I don't know of any other games that'll let you do that. The only other game that I know of that does that is that superhero DC Universe game. And, I'm not that big into normal MMOs like that. But, dude, the graphics on the PS3 are just not good. They're not anywhere near most of the PS3 games, even from the beginning of its life cycle, okay? There's so many artifacts and jaggies everywhere, and it just looks terrible, okay? It's bad. So I'm not even including that, okay? I mean, they look great on the PS4. Sure, but this is a Destiny review, not a Destiny PS4 review. You get what I'm saying? It needs to be the same amount of quality across all the consoles. And, obviously you can't create the same exact graphics on the PS3 that are on the PS4. I know that. But they can be better than what they are right now. Okay? They can be tons better. Tons. And the fact that they just probably ported it down and said, yeah, we'll sell it on the PS3, whatever, that's saddening. Okay, that really sucks. So that lowers the score for me, honestly. Even though the graphics were stunning, it just no. The next thing that leads me to is the music. Okay, so we've gone through gameplay, the story, the graphics, basically everything. Now the music. The music was really good, actually. I would listen to the soundtrack just normally. Same thing with like the Halo soundtrack and a lot of video game soundtracks that have bad games accompanying them. Okay? Now, I'm not saying Halo is bad. I've never really played it, so I can't offer my opinion. But, I mean, obviously it has to be good. It's the best selling on the Xbox. And just the only problem that I have with the music is that it gets... And Angry Joe said this too. Sometimes it overpowers the game. Like, there's too much music happening and no game. There's just nothing happening in the actual game that makes sense to the music. There'll be this boss battle that you kill the boss in a matter of minutes, and the music's like, and it's like, wow, that's some pretty crazy music and not really that crazy boss battle, if we can even call it a boss battle. And so for that reason, too, the score for the music goes down. The music has to match the game, okay? It doesn't matter how good your music is, it needs to match the game. And the hard part, I guess, would be getting the quality of the game to a really good quality to make the music match that, okay? Because if you make the music match the bad quality of the game, then the music's going to be bad either way. You have to get the game quality really good and the music quality really good. Prime example of this is Uncharted, okay? Game quality is fantastic. Music is fantastic. I love it, okay? It's fantastic. That was a lot of fantastics in one little spiel there. But that lowers down the rating for me even more. Let's see, the last thing I'm going to talk about here is the map and mission design. All of the missions seemed exactly the same. You know, go through a whole bunch of enemies in this map that's pretty straightforward, and you just go, and if you're on your, you know, Sparrow or whatever, you skip most of them and just get to the building that you're supposed to be in, and then, you know, you kill more monsters, enemies, and what Angry Joe said as well, they always spawn in the same exact place every time. There's nothing new about them. The same monsters spawn in the same places every time you revisit it. That nothing changes. Okay, the only thing that changes is their levels get a little bit higher as your level gets higher. And so you go through the mission, and then there's a part where your ghost has to hack into something or open a door or whatever, and you have to fight off this horde of enemies. And then you go further, and then there's a boss battle. Sometimes, you know, occasionally, there's usually a mini boss, and then the mission's over. That's the exact formula of pretty much every mission in Destiny. And you guys know it. If you've played it, that's exactly how it goes. Now, the map design, you know, they said they wanted us to be able to explore the maps and have this, like, really big map that we could explore and go around and stuff, but I mean, it's really not that great. I mean, the map design in of itself is great, is fantastic. It's really good. There's fantastic again, but really the truth is, I mean, every time you go to a place on the map, you spawn in the same exact place. Even though you've picked a mission in a different place, you still spawn in the same place. That doesn't make much sense. And also, another thing about the missions and maps, excuse me, when me and my friends were playing in the very beginning of the story mode, there's I think it was on Earth, right? Is that the first place you start out? See, I can't even remember. But, like, either mission 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 or something really close to that, they both started out in the same place and went through the same exact building and the same exact, you know, like, same exact everything. It was the same entrance to the building, you know, with that captain standing in front of it, and it was like, really? You couldn't make 2 missions back to back in the same place? You know, I don't care if they're further apart because you might have to revisit it because you forgot something or something new popped up there, but in the back to back, with absolutely no story in between, like most of the missions, there were only a few cutscenes in the game. You know, not that much stuff. And there's no story in between them. You just go mission, and fight enemies and kill enemies and get levels up and whatever. And it just lacks any sort of fun. It's boring, okay? There's no story for you to get invested in. There's no story at all, even if you don't care about getting invested in the story and you're one of those person that just skips all the text boxes. It doesn't make sense, okay? It makes no sense. It's a really big disappointment. And I really wish they would have done a better job on it. And my opinion, my honest opinion, what I really think happened here is that Bungie made a really good game. Or they had really good ideas for this game. And they had tons of stuff in it. And then Activision came along and they're just like, oh no, you can't do that? What are you doing? This isn't how gaming works. And they just, split it into expansion packs all over the place. And they don't, Activision does not care about the gamer. They care about the gamer's money. There's a difference. Alright? It sucks. Okay? It's terrible. They could at least be sneaky about it. Alright? Like Gabe Newell up in Valve. Okay? This guy's really smart because he puts all these summer deals on Steam and stuff, and all these sales all the time happening, and so many people buy these games when they go on sale that it creates more revenue than it normally does. So it's like he knows what's going on, okay? He knows how to get money from players and to give to players as well. And that's what really should be happening in the gaming industry. Because, obviously gaming companies can't work without money, but we can't play without our money too. So, I don't want to be wasting tons of money on expansion pack after expansion pack for Destiny. It's not worth it at all. And I'm pretty sure my brother's gonna buy all this stuff, and I just feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for anyone that has to go through with all of this crap that, Activision is putting up. It's terrible. It's so bad. And that Destiny poster that I have over there, right there, you guys can't see it because it's cut off by this wall right here. You can see this little sliver. I'm ashamed I even have that now, quite honestly, because they did such a terrible job on it. The only redeeming quality of this entire game is the PvP. Okay? The Crucible. That's it. And I didn't even play much of it. I didn't get through probably half of the campaign because it was so boring. There was no story to invest me in. Okay? They just did a crappy half-a job on it. And I just crap. It was bad. It was just bad. And on top of that, it was overhyped. So that makes it even worse because my expectations were so high for it. And it being Bungie and spending the most money on it ever spent on a video game sets your expectations really high. But it did not deliver at all. Okay? This game sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. I don't understand how someone can play it for hours on end because there's no story. It's all the same thing over and over and over again. And that's it, okay? It's just a bad game. And if games keep going towards this, where they spend tons of money on a game for it to suck, and then release expansion packs that try and redeem the game, but probably won't, to be honest. The gaming industry is going to go down and just die. Okay? The only thing right now that's really saving gaming is indie games. I'm going to be completely honest. And in my opinion, the only game on this generation, this next gen that we're in right now, is Second Son. That is the only game actually worthy of this title of next gen. Because other than that, I've played you know, all these remastered games. I've played The Last of Us remastered, which is actually really good. I like it, but it's remastered. Okay, it's the same as the PS3, just better graphics, which I like. You know, I love the fact that there's better graphics and stuff, but it's not a new game, so I can't really classify it as a new game. But I played that. I played Tomb Raider, which was amazing too, because I hadn't played it on the PS3 before. And I played Wolfenstein, which was actually okay. You know, it was all right. It was mediocre. It kind of reminded me a little bit of GoldenEye 007, but I think it's kind of supposed to be a throwback to those. But Second Son is the best game that I've played on the PS4. Okay, and it's original and whatever, but that's the only game that really deserves it. And you know, that's the only, I guess, AAA game that deserves being next gen, because all the indie games that are available on the PS4, pretty much all of the indie games are fantastic. Okay, they're so good. Especially being Blacklight. I'm a huge fan of Blacklight. And honestly, I bought the PS4 just to play Blacklight. But indie games are really what's saving the gaming industry right now. And we really need to... The AAA game companies really need to step it up, like, right now. Otherwise, gaming's just gonna go boop, 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 boop. And it's just not good. So, Destiny sucks, okay? I give it a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Maybe 2.5. But for right now, I'm sticking with 2 out of 10. And I'm not even going to play the expansions. I'm never touching Destiny again, because I just didn't like it. For those of you that came in late, like that one person that I just saw up there, I am uploading this to YouTube, so go and check that out. It's on my channel, Prescott Games, because I'm about to end this. But yeah, I'm just really disappointed in the game. I'm so disappointed, and that's all I have to say on it, because I could rant about this forever, honestly, but I know you guys don't want to hear me just rant on and on and on and on. We've probably done too much of that already anyway. So, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Obviously, I'm not going to be playing any more Destiny, so I'm probably going to just be sticking to Minecraft and, Blacklight for now. I'll definitely start streaming The Evil Within right when I get it. I will start streaming it, okay? I don't care if it's broad daylight. I'm going to start streaming it. So watch out for that. I think it comes out on the 14th. It's either the 14th or the 17th. But I will be streaming on that day, okay? So thank you all so much for watching. Don't buy Destiny. And I'll see you later. This part's always really weird, because I have to stop the broadcast. Bye!